Let's bring him in now. Actor, comedian, Arnez J. Arnez, how are you, man?
What's going on, Big Bubba? What's happening?
Oh, not too much. Thanks for joining us.
No, thank y'all so much for having me, man. I really appreciate you.
Now, Arnez, I hear you're a baller, man. You played for the Harlem Globetrotters for a little bit. Talk about that.
Well, it's back in the heyday. The Globetrotters, and it's actually a very. If you ever get the chance to go see or have the opportunity, like I did, to just play with them for a little bit, it's just one of those childhood dreams that you never would think that would have ever happened. It's just
right.
Certain things happen in our life you just think that would never happen. Me being a Globetrotter, me ended up going on concert with Prince. It's just, dude, certain things in your life, when they happen, you just have to, you grab hold of them and you just think of it as a blessing and just as something you just store in your memory book forever.
How'd that happen? How'd that come to pass?
Well, Manny Jackson, was the owner at that time. I don't know if he still is. Was the owner of the Harlem Globetrotters, and they saw me at a celebrity basketball game, just clowning around, but I have a little bit of skill, and they called me, and I thought it was a joke. I thought somebody was really joking that Manny Jackson, the owner. Matter of fact, I hung up. I hung the phone up, and my agent called me and said, "No, this is for real, dude." I mean, I wouldn't have never known. So that's how that transpired. He called me up and said he wanted me to come out and be a part of the Harlem Globetrotters, and I just went like, wow, dude, wow, you don't even understand, wow.
Let me ask you this: you said you were hanging out with Prince. What's it like hanging out with Prince? I got to know.
Dude, let me tell you something. If you're a man, I don't care if you're a woman or man, don't look him in his eyes. That's all I'm going to tell you. His eyes, he has the most, he's got to be every bit of 5'5", and that's it. 5 and that's it feet. When I tell you, dude, when you look him in his eyes, man, you're going to get hypnotized, I promise you. I felt like a girl when I was in his presence, man. It was just like you catch yourself in so much awe, you don't know how to. Your manhood leaves. You can forget that. No, there are no fruit balloons. You are wearing thongs. That's all I'm telling you. and I don't care what anybody says. They have nothing against my manhood, but when you're in Prince's presence, you're just not the man no more. You understand what true power is. And that little fine midget, true power.
You should have had a stick for you.
Man, please, that's how he got me.
Okay.
Because I didn't believe it was him. So I said, man, do something. Hear that, baby? I said, oh, wait a minute, hold up. That's when all your manhood leaves right there. So when I went to go meet him at the Fox Theater in Atlanta, Georgia, to meet him and talk about, I guess, him meeting me to fill me out to see if he wanted me to do the couple of city tour with him. And when I first got there, I was talking to myself, you're going to talk to yourself driving all the way there. I'm like, man, you pumped out, man. You got to get your hood back, man. He just gets you straight up like a woman. So I said, when I look at a little man, I'm going to look him in his eyes, I'm going to swell my chest up at him. That's all I'm going to do. So when I got there, they said, well, you want to go? At that time, he was calling himself the artist. So he said, you want to go in the artist's dressing room? I was like, nah, I'm trying to act real cool, man. I'm like, nah, it's all right. Nah, you know how we do. Nah, it's all right. But, man, this light was coming out of his dressing room, like this beam of light. Like, I don't know, like angels were in there. So
it's like you're walking up to the pearly gates.
Yeah, that's the way it looked. This big gold light came out. So when I went in, man, he had all these little bitty shingery pants and little 5-inch heels, all with this glitter. And I felt like, man, I just felt like I was surrounded by a field of diamonds. So I kept telling myself, Arnez, don't touch the pants. Don't do it. I couldn't help it. I just went all through his pants, like all down the line, rubbing my hand in him, feeling silky smooth. All of a sudden, I hear this voice behind me, Arnez. I turn around and say, oh, no. and I called me with my hands on his pants. oh my God. Man, I'll never forget that, dude. I will never forget that. Oh, I felt more woman than I did when he was on the phone with me. Oh, my God. Dude, I'm telling you. Don't look him in his eyes. I'm telling you, do not look him in his eyes.
I'll take your word on it. I'll tell the world.
Man,
what that man
man, when I left here, man, I felt more girl. All I just wanted to do was go home and plant flowers. You know, just clean up, just get my nails painted. I mean, I just felt like a straight woman.
I guess you want to do that to the end of time, huh?
Oh man, you know what? Someday I'll be able to tell my grandkids that, and I know they're gonna laugh at me. I already know, but it was a beautiful experience, and that's when he had Larry Graham traveling with him too. And that was my first time meeting Larry Graham. You know, he's a straight vegan, and man, when I say he didn't allow any meat on his tour, don't let him see you with no meat. Don't let him see you with no meat. That's all I'm telling you. Oh my God.
Dude,
I ain't never seen somebody.
Go ahead.
I ain't never seen somebody slide across the stage to a 5-inch hill. Sparks, man, like sparklers. Just. Oh man, when he slid across the stage in them hills, I said, you know what? This is a bull crap. I ain't never seen no human like this. I'm like, dude, he makes you feel like you're in a whole totally different world. It's a trip. It is a trip, man. Don't look him in his eyes. I don't know how many more times I can tell you that. Oh, my God. Man, you could be the baddest dude in the world. You look him in his eyes, okay, I'm just letting you know, thong time. That's all I'm letting you know.
It sounds like you almost had an encounter with God, man.
Man, it's you know what? Never thought of it that way. God might have sent a messenger. That's all I'm telling you. Dude, he had the softest pants I've ever touched. I mean, dude, it was like silk on silk. I can't even fathom ever touching material like that. I mean, it was unreal, man. I know I'm going on about it, but man, you'd have had to bend it. I'm telling you. Dude, I lost all my hood points that day. Straight. I lost all hood points. Somebody from a nursery could have whooped my behind that day. I'm just letting you know. Because I girled up. I am not going to lie. I tried to shake his hand like a real man. He's going to shake my hand with them soft, buttery type fingers. I said, oh, this ain't even right here. This is not right. I'm so happy to meet you.
So you just want to tug at his garment.
Man, I just do. I would have wrapped myself around his ankle and walked. That's all I'm just trying to tell you. Dude, I never seen, and you know, being a man, you know, you ain't trying to look at another man's butt or nothing like that. You ain't trying to do that. But man, you can't help it.
So you
can't help it. Seeing a little knuckle butts, man, I told myself, I can never tell nobody this. That, you know, cause you know, he's always so short. You try to keep your eyes up, man. And he walk away so smooth, man. Your eyes go straight to his butt, man. That ain't right. Oh,
Did you touch it? No.
It moved like two little knuckles. And then you tell yourself, don't look. Oh, you looking.
Oh, we're talking to actor, comedian, Arnez J.
No, it's not. You're talking to Kevin Hart.
I know. Go ahead.
No, you're not. You're talking to Kevin Hart. You ain't talking to me. Oh, that's funny.
Let me ask you this. I know you hate political correctness. We live in a very politically correct world. How's that working out for you, man? How you maneuver in this politically correct world?
Well, you know, what I do, man, is I live my life and I my life, and I don't try to evaluate so much. You know, I even tell my son, don't try to evaluate everything so much. You know, just live in your lane. Because if you live in your lane, I said, you know, people will see who you are. So it's just like so I think that's what, you know, I keep enough knowledge to where if I needed to get in a conversation with someone, I got you. But I don't make it so much of a part of my life. It seems like every time I want to talk to someone, the first thing I want to talk about is about politics or world order or something like that. Because, you know, we got so much bad in the world, we got to bring out the good. You know, there's bad all around us. But it's the good that we got to fight for. And so that's the way I choose to do it.
Okay, all right. So you're able to maneuver, you're able to get around just fine.
I think I am. I think I'm fine with everything. You know, you know, it's just like, you know, my special that's out on Netflix right now. That's called Racially Motivated, and from what I hear, it's just rising on the charts, and that's a blessing to me. And it makes me feel good that so many different fans and so many different fan base want to watch this and comment on it, not negative, even though it says racially motivated, but I'm not trying to leave anybody out because there's something funny about not necessarily the race, but the culture of different ethnic groups.
Let me ask you this. I know you talk about women in racially motivated. I mean, it's very good. But I want to also ask you this. You beat your kids?
Not anymore, but would I? Yeah, of course. I knocked them to, yes, sir, I sure would. I sure would. I got beat. Okay.
I did too.
Okay. Here we go. Here's where it starts to get sticky. When you use the word beat, the first thing people think about, meaning the conservative generation, is abuse. As you and I grew up, beating was not about abuse. Beating was the same thing as a whooping or getting stomped on because you did not do what you were supposed to do or what your parents told you to do. So let's get that right to the listeners and the readers now. Beating, in my term, is not abuse. Beating your child is whooping your child behind with a belt, with a switch, you know. As well, when we grew up, there was nothing that was sacred. You know, when I grew up, they tell you to go get what they're going to beat you with. And now you know that. They tell you to go get it.
At least you know. At least you know what's going to hit, you know, what's about to hit your tail.
Yeah, but here's the respect you have for your mother and father. And you knew not to pick out the smallest one. You knew not to pick out the smallest item. Because then you know, okay, you want them to go pick it out or you want to pick it out. So go that happy medium. Go in the middle. That's all I'm saying. You know, different cultures were raised different. So, yeah, I talk about, you know, beating my kids. And as far as women, because I think you had asked me about women. No. Would you beat a woman? Would I beat a woman? Never. I think spousal abuse on both sides of the track is wrong. When you get to the point to where you got to lay your hands on somebody, you need to either run or walk out the door.
Right, for sure.
Because it's getting out of hand. It's getting out of hand.
And it's in the news. It's in the news because of the whole Ray Rice situation as well. And, you know, Stephen A. Smith and his comments and everything. A lot of people are talking.
Well, unfortunately, what we love to talk about, not love to talk about, but what piques our interest a lot of the times is scandal, violence, anything that is the opposite way you want to live. That piques our interest. And domestic violence, anybody can do domestic violence at any point. It could be a man, it could be a woman. It could work. You know, men get abused also. You know, mental abuse is just as bad.
Worse.
You know, I'm pretty. Yeah, because when you put somebody in a dark place and you demean them constantly, and you put them in a dark place, you know, you got one of 9 things that can happen. all the way up to suicide, all the way up to murder. So when you put a person in a dark place, you have stripped them of their self-esteem. You have stripped them of their human person, of their human rights. And once you do that, then that's where you've got a lot of different issues that can happen to a lot of, because it's not only you that it affects that person and also the people that love that person or that person may be around. So mental abuse, you are absolutely right. Mental abuse is hard. Abuse, period. It's just bad. But at the same point, let's not lose focus on, a lot of people say, well, these men. No, it's both sides. Women do the same thing. There are men that constantly get hit by their wives and they never do anything. And then first thing somebody says, well, why don't you leave? It's not always that easy to just walk out of a situation. Because if it was that easy, do you realize we wouldn't have domestic violence? Because every time it happened, people would walk away from their relationships.
Exactly. And I think at the end of the day, we should all keep our hands to ourselves, right?
Not only keep your hands to yourself, it helps so much to stay prayerful. And I'm not trying to force religion on anybody, but I'm just letting you know the power of prayer is very strong. God is very real to me.
Sure.
To me.
Sure.
So that's why I'm saying that no matter what I do, before I want to do something bad, if you drop down on your knees and just talk to him, people say, well, when you always say that, talk to God, well, you know what? If you listen hard enough, you will hear him.
No argument.
And that's the way I feel about it. A lot of people
here.
don't hear God. You know why? They don't hear him because they don't listen, man. Well, if you listen, you might hear him.
Amen.
Well,
you did hear him. You met Prince, right?
No. Okay. Well, we're going there now. Okay. Well, get a little baby, and now you just want to. Okay. All right. Oh my God. I know Prince could have never been in prison. Hey, Prince could have never been in prison. He would have ran that joint. You would have don't look him in his eyes, dog. Don't look him in his eyes, cuz. Yes, someone bring me some cigarettes. Someone bring me some cigarettes. Are you going to eat that? Let me have it.
We're talking to actor, comedian Arnez J. And I heard that.
I want that top bunk. Give me that top bunk.
Go ahead.
I want that top bunk. Give me that top bunk. I want to sleep on top. Give it.
You're doing some impressions right now, and I heard you were a flight attendant at one point in your life, and you used to do impressions there. Talk about that,
dude. Man, it just depends. When I tell people that I was a flight attendant, people say bull crap. Not you. I guess I don't meet the criteria of a normal flight attendant. The talk. I don't know. I don't know. I was Air Mac. That's all I'm saying. I was Air Mac. So it just depending on where I would go. I mean, I would clown on the intercom. If we go to San Francisco, San Francisco, in the day was known for, known for more of the gay interlude. So I'd be on the phone I'll be on the microphone. Ladies and gentlemen, oh my God, welcome to board flight 505, going to the beautiful city of San Francisco. We are going to have such a groovy time. And so it just depends on where we go, man. We go to Boston. Yeah, welcome to 5507. Go in here to the beautiful city of Boston. Yeah, where we're going to park the cars, So it just depends on where we will go, man. And finally, a first-class passenger told me, you need to be doing comedy. And that, at that point, is when I decided, let me go try amateur night. And the rest is history.
You have Racially Motivated out right now. You can get it on Amazon. You can get it on Netflix. You can get it on iTunes. Tell us about it.
Well, Racially Motivated, it came about, man, because, I'm an Army brat. So being an Army brat, I have had the opportunity to, before I became an adult, travel the world, see different environments, grow up differently than, you're talking about a small-town boy from the hood of Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
Okay.
So my father was in the Army, Armed Forces, and when I had the opportunity to travel the world, I kind of just grew up differently. I grew up around different cultures. I grew up going to school in Germany, singing in the high standard choir, in the international choir. Grew up going to school in Fort McCullough, Alabama. Grew around hillbillies. I grew up around racist white people. Grew up around different cultures. So I just put all that together, and it just buried and had a bearance on my life. So I just had this idea, because meaning that not so much as talking about race, racially motivated was more about culture and the different ethnic groups. So that's why I called it racially motivated. So it was not necessarily about the race of these people. It was more about the culture of the ethnic groups, the ethnicity. And I know I just said that wrong, but spell it right. Of ethnic groups. So that's where the name racially motivated came from, because being a flight attendant, I've got to see so many different races and cultures, not just the race, but study the cultures of other people. Of Europeans, of Americans, of Africans, Colombians, Cubanos. It's just different cultures. So that's where racially motivated came from.
You have racially motivated out right now. What else is going on with Arnez J?
Well, right now we're just, we're just doing our auditions. We're still trying to land that television show. We're working hard to get it, and then hopefully, if God wills, we're going to get it. I think if I were to stop touring, I strongly feel the rest of the world would really be mad. I don't know if I'll ever be able to stop touring, and because I love the stage so much, and for a person of who I am to have not really just had I've hosted television shows. I will also be doing Comics Unleashed. I'll be doing 2 episodes with them here pretty soon. We're starting in August. So this is just, a blessing. I just left Washington, D.C., where we sold out 7 shows. They were sold out before I got there. So stuff like that is a blessing. That is a blessing for that. That's why I say I've been in this business going on 19 years, and my fans owe me nothing. People that watch me or come to see me, you owe me nothing. I owe you everything, because you have saved my life, because I could have went in the wrong area. I was in a dark place at one point in my life when I knew I wasn't going to play professional baseball. I was in a dark place. So my fans, the people that, even the new fans, and the thing I love about my comedy, it's just not all black. It's just not all Latino. It's so diverse and mixed, and that's what I love. That's what I truly love, because there's something for everybody when you come to see me. So, as long as I, keep selling out shows and doing believing in God, I think that I'll be in this business, if God wills, for a long time.
So, fans, if you are in the Bay Area, make sure you go see this man. He will be at Tommy T's in Pleasanton, California, August 15th through the 17th. And also, go to Netflix, go to iTunes, go to Amazon, and go check out Racially Motivated with my man, Arnez J. Arnez, pleasure talking to you, man. Wish you nothing but the best of luck.
Yes, sir. I love you, man. Thank you so much for having me on.